Hello and welcome back to my channel, Delilah's Paris with Indian Hen Farm. Y'all, I am busy toiling away on this next journal. This one is going to be sewn in, so I'm doing things a little differently. I'm actually creating all the pages so that I kind of know the thickness before I bind in the signatures. So this is my cover, and I've got some work I'm doing here, and I've got this little closure, which will be these little charms that just wrap around here. So I've left them long just in case I need some extra room. But let's go ahead and get started. So I'm working on my first signature. I'm just going to pull this one out. And I'm doing a theme about sort of, one of the things that I used to sing to my daughter all the time was the Wizard of Oz. Oh, if birds can fly, why, oh, why, then why can't I? And I used to sing it to her all the time when I was little. And the idea of sort of things that fly, this, journey that they can take that, that I think continues to, just mesmerize us as humans. And so I'm not doing birds, but I'm doing sort of flight, things that fly. So I've already kind of started on this journal a little bit, but I wanted to show you this idea here. Let me get some of these extra pages out. So what I'm working on here is I've always got these little scraps. So when I cut down my scrapbook paper to fit into a journal, I usually end up with a 3 or 4 inch strip. And so I was using that in this journal. Let me take that out. So I've got this strip here. And I thought, well, what can I do with this? Because I'll have them in a signature like this. But I wanted something more than just a smaller strip. I wanted to do something fun with it. So I thought, well, why don't I kind of extend this strip? As you can see, it's been extended. And then go ahead and sort of create, what I did was I created a tuck. So this in a journal, I hope I'm explaining this, sorry. So it's going to sit like this. And I'd put one of these in. We did a tutorial on these full fold out pages. So I popped this in here. And look at how much texture and beauty that spread has. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I thought, you know what? I love the idea, and let's make one together. So we're making basically this. Let me get this out of the way. Too much stuff to get out of the way, right? So I kind of went through some of these, and I think I'm going to use this one. And I've got some different pieces here. So let's start with folding this one in half. Let me get a mini mat. I have so many of those super, super large mats, but I'm finding this one's kind of my favorite. I love having these sort of mini ones. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and fold this in half. So I'm folding it in half as a page in my journal. So if this were, let me grab let's grab a little signature here. Take that one out. So it would be something like this. Now, I haven't cut this one down yet because I'm pretty sure this is going to fit in the journal I'm working on because it's a slightly larger one. But if you know what, the width of your journal is, go ahead and cut this down to the size that you want it to be. Or you can fold these in and make tucks or flip outs or whatever you want, right? Okay, so this is what I'm working on here. And what I like to do is get some pieces. So I've got a variety of this sort of stuff. Tags, luggage tags, little postcard sort of things, bingo, all this kind of stuff. And as y'all know, my thing is sort of nature, journals based on nature. So I wanted to kind of change this up a little bit. So I had picked out a long luggage tag. Well, in fact, you know what? Let's cut this one down a little bit because I want, see, I'm going to cut this down to about the size of this one. I want to have this variety of sizes because that's kind of what makes it interesting. So mine is, hold on, I'll tell you in just a sec. See. 3.5 inches wide. But obviously, if you have longer pieces like this, you could do it differently, right? And I'm going to glue, so I'm going to use this one, and where was the other one? Oh, I kind of like the idea of using maybe this map. Maybe like that. And then what else do we have? So we're creating a collage of pieces here, right? What about this? Let's see. I've got this one. I don't know. You know what? Ooh. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay. Maybe like that. Okay. So I've got these 3 pieces creating sort of this look. And then they'll all be glued together as a tuck here. Does that make sense? Okay. Okie dokie. So let's ink these. Give them some ink. And y'all know my channel is pretty relaxed. I enjoy... you know, I don't want to do this stress thing. So this is kind of a come hang out craft. Listen to me chit chat. Okay, here's my latest quandary. My daughter has decided to ask Santa for a present that I can't buy. So she wants an item that is retired, and it is stressing me out. Let me put it that way. It is really stressing me out. Okay, so we had that there and that there, and let's ink this one too. I do have my fold right. Yep. Okay, just making sure. I know some of this will be covered up, but I don't really want to stress about where, so I'm just going to ink the whole front. Just make my life easy. Okay. And this is the first one. So I like to line things up with my mat just to make sure they're nice and straight. I'm going to go here and here. Here. And hold on. Here. So let me glue this one on first. Should I ink this? Will it ink? Oh yeah, that inks. I've been kind of enjoying, why don't we do this one first? No, guys, stop. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I've been enjoying working in my journals and not thinking so, okay, hold on. Not thinking so much about tutorials, but just enjoying the process, because I feel like sometimes I get so fixated on what that next project's going to be, and that's not fun. I just kind of want to do my thing and enjoy it, and if y'all are interested, hold on. Oh, let me move that up. Okay. Sorry. And maybe that, and, or, hold on. Kind of messed that up, didn't I? Oops. You're okay. We got this. We'll figure it out. That. Maybe like that. And yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay. So each one of these will turn out a little bit different. But I love, y'all know I love sort of clustery tucks. And, oh no, my glue's leaking. Hold on. Have to fix that. My goodness. My goodness, it's too early to have problems. Come on, guys. I just refilled my glue bottle before I started this. Oh, see. Why do you do that? Y'all probably know. I probably didn't get the lid on correctly. Okay. Get rid of that. There we go. I think that'll work. Okay. And maybe this one like that. Okay. I'm just gonna get a little glue in there. Okay, there we go. Straighten that out. Okay. So we've got this sort of a cluster. And I am going to decorate this with a few different things. I've got some rub-on transfers and some die cuts and some tags and just, you know, some things to sort of carry that. Basically to transform this piece, which doesn't really have anything to do with nature on it, into something that does have to do with nature on it. So I love these rub-on transfers that I got. I told y'all I got these from Temu. I've seen similar items on Amazon. If you go onto Amazon and do sort of large dragonfly rub-on transfers. I'd ordered some for my sister, in fact, and she said they were great. And I really love rub-on transfers. So I'm going to put this big guy on first, I think. Hold on. Let's just decide. And I know I'm going to want some sort of a cluster. Well, we've kind of got a cluster started here. Let's see. What if we did it like that? Ooh. It's kind of fun. And I've got this little circle. Okay, so if we did that, okay, let me get these on. I like the idea of this little rub-on transfer kind of going over some of these other pieces. That's kind of cool. It gives it some dimension, right? Okay. Did y'all have a nice little, for those in the United States, a nice little Thanksgiving holiday? I enjoyed spending some time with my family, and now I'm ready to start the Christmas crazies. I happen to be one of those insane people who wants the perfect gift for each person, which means I overthink it and stress too much, which I really shouldn't. What if we do it here and, or, sorry, I know. Like that. Okay. Sorry. I've been thinking about this situation with my daughter. And probably my husband always says, you're overthinking it, it'll be fine. And um, I have this thing where Santa kind of, I mean, obviously within reason. No live animals, no $500, electronics. But within reason will bring, the item that a child asks for. I tried to talk to my daughter this morning about copyright because the item that she wants is retired. The company is no longer selling them. And I'm not buying one off market for $200. I'm just not doing it. Okay, so this is a rub-on transfer, guys. Y'all know how to use these. I'm going to pop this guy, I think, right there. And I'm going to use my bone folder. I really do love these Dragonfly rub-on transfers. They are just so pretty. Let's get this side on. And I like to just sort of take a little piece up and check it. Oh, where are you? There you are. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Yay. So it's just already giving it some dimension, right? And then I've got these little pieces from 49 and Market. So I really like 49 and Market die cuts, especially the little plant pieces. And I like to kind of cut them into little pieces. So let's see. If I put that one there, and let's see what else I've got. I've got a butterfly. I could put, do I need another butterfly? I might not even need, I don't want to do blue on that because that seems like blue on blue on blue. Kind of liking that. What other little plant pieces do I have? So they come with lots of, or at least this pack did. And I kind of dig it. Maybe, got some little flowers here. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Kind of feel like that might be enough. I don't know. Hold on. Maybe. I have this white one. No, that looks a little weird. Okay. Do I have any more? I have some more little plant pieces, so they come in all these little pieces. Let's just see if I have any more. There's a little piece. Oh, I have this little pink flower. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this is what I'm going with. This is going to be, so I always mix pages in my journal. So I have like some showstopper sort of pieces. And then some pieces that, I do very light, lighter designs. Oh, sorry. So that's just a light sort of design. And then some other lighter designs that just have sort of a little bit, because I like lots of writing in my journal. So because this is going to be a sort of a showstopper piece, that's when I'll go a little more over the top. So I'm going to put this one on first. Yeah, I know most people are really into, and I buy Tim Holtz stuff too, but I've discovered I'm really into 49 and Market's die cuts. One, I like the way they're attached to the book sort of thing that they come in. as you've seen, these ones aren't. This was the very first set I bought from them, and I immediately tore them all out. Let's see. Okay. And now I don't do that anymore. I leave them in. Here, let me show you. They kind of come like this. And now I try to mostly kind of leave them in there because it makes it much easier for me to sort of look at all of the pieces at once. And they don't get bent up and... Okay. So got that piece on. And then we were going to do this butterfly here. So let's get some glue on. Let me watch your antennas. I don't want to tear those off. I'm challenging myself. And so far, to try and do sort of a signature a day, which I haven't gotten a whole signature done, but just the idea of sort of being like, I'm getting more done. Okay, so I got that one on. And that one's on, right? Is that glued on? Yeah, okay. And then we wanted this little guy. What? Where did we? Let's do it there. It's kind of fun, the industrial mix with the soft nature. Whoa. Come on, glue. I always find when I restart my bottle that it's a little... Okay. Got this little flower here. And we talked about putting this little one here, maybe. And what I like about this idea is I'm going to cut some of this little flower off and I can use it on another collage that's over the edge like this. So, just a little piece. Okay. Okay. Let me get this pin back in. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. I already think it's pretty. Okay. So I'm going to cut the excess off this one. And like I said, I can use that for another sort of corner. Uh-oh, where'd it go? It went flying. We'll find it. Okay, let me make sure it's a cleaner cut. You know what? Let's try these. Okay, there we go. And voila. So there's this piece. Let's give it... Make sure it's nice and inked. I think we're good. Okay. And here's our folded half. Okay. So I'm basically using this to take this really pretty scrapbook paper, one, to make it more useful, and two, to sort of extend it so it's not such a small chunk. And make it interesting and beautiful and all that good stuff. Let me get this out of the way. So... if this were here, try and decide where I want it. I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it like that. Okay. And then I already pulled one of these out. And the idea would be that this will tuck back there. Okay. So I'm going to glue here and here, right? Okay. I love these jumbo sort of luggage tags. Those are Tim Holtz. Okay. Huh? make sure it's straight. Okay. Okay, put my pin here. Okay, and I'm going to glue these leaves that are overhanging down on the blue scrapbook paper. Just make sure they're nice and secure. Okay. Okay. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And then, so if this were in a journal, isn't that cool? That's just a great page, right? And then this would tuck, so if this were all the way down, and then this would tuck back there. And that just creates a really cool page, especially if you have some of the more plain pages sort of behind, like in this one. Huh? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Even if you just didn't tuck anything back there. But look at how that creates some real cool dimension. And it gives you, so that, you know, that look where you have different pages all showing at once. It creates that look within the collage and tops it off with the back pages. So, yeah, I get a real kick out of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Like, subscribe, share, and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, y'all.